3 years ago, I started advertising on Taboola Ads because I wanted to escape the snake pit that Meta Ads had become. I wanted to scale my business quicker, more profitably, with less competition. So I went on an adventure into Taboola native ads. Fast forward to today, and my company, the Native Leads Agency, has invested over $500,000 on Taboola Ads, generated more than 67,000 leads, and earned a CPL of roughly $7.38 per lead in the financial services industry. But yes, when I started, it wasn't all high fives and happy hour. I had to pay my school fees. I cut my knees, all the bullies punched me, and I quickly discovered that Taboola Ads was nothing like Meta Ads and Google Ads, that the same strategy was simply not going to work with Taboola Ads. It's like Laurel and Hardy, Tom and Jerry, or the media and the truth. But I was determined to make it work because I knew the value in Taboola Ads, and I knew there was a UK agency generating a 278% yearly growth rate with revenue above $50 million. So the proof was plain to see, and I lacked zero motivation. I knew that I had to figure out the correct winning strategy for Taboola Ads. So I soldiered on, fought the giant bridge troll, and destroyed a small village of Tesla bots, and ultimately created a treasure map that I'm going to share with you today. The 7-step playbook that we've created is the exact same playbook that we use to generate tens of thousands of leads every year in the Native Leads Agency. So if you're a beginner to Taboola Ads, this is going to save you so much money and time and potential hair loss. But before we start, I must warn you that if you don't follow all 7 steps, especially the last step that is going to give you the ability to scale your Taboola Ads, 99% of you are just going to lose your money and fail on Taboola Ads. So watch until the end if you want to be a winner and a master of the Taboola Ads universe. And if you have the attention span of a TikTok user, please subscribe so you can come back later and watch the rest of the video. And because I'm working on regrowing my hair, one good deed at a time, I've created a free PDF download with a link in the description that you can go and get and reference whenever you need to. So you don't need to take notes or screenshots, just pay attention to what I'm about to show you. Let's dive in. Introducing the 7-step Taboola Ads Playbook you've been waiting for. What's included in this masterclass? Research, advertorials, lead capture, killer headlines, ad creative, beta testing, optimization, and helpful resources. I've also gone ahead and put titles on this video so you can jump around to any section you like at your convenience. Why advertise on Taboola Ads? 600 million daily users, over 22,000 websites, and a wide variety of reputable news sites on the platform. How does it work? The most important difference is this is not a headline supporting headline 3 benefits and a lead capture form. This is an advertorial that combines informative content with subtle promotion to engage and persuade users. Think of an editorial that leads into a call to action, and you're on the right path. Okay, number 1, research. This is where all the treasure is found for your journey ahead. The number 1 goal in the research phase is to find your pain points and solutions, because these will be used to craft headlines and advertorial copy moving forward. So it's critical to get this right. Let's start with ChatGPT because this makes it really easy to get started. Okay, go to ChatGPT and then ask a simple question in regards to your audience. For example, what are the pain points of a homeowner when selling their house? Please list the top 5. Okay, so I'm using ChatGPT 4.0 or whatever the latest version is, and you should do the same. And now you can see I don't have any experience in selling homes from a marketing point of view. So I need to get the help of ChatGPT. So let's see the top ones that we can look at real quick. Pricing the home correctly, super important. Home staging and repairs, uncertainty of sale timeline, dealing with buyers, Closing process delays. So these are all very valid and the descriptions back it up even more. So this is the starting point. So what I could then do from here, if I wanted more information just to start building a picture of my future journey map, I would say something along the lines of, please give me 10 headlines I can use to target homeowners who are interested in selling their homes. Each headline should be under 60 characters in length. Bang. So under 60 characters in length, because most of the audience is going to be on mobile devices and you can scale mobile quicker. So automatically I can see, yes, these headlines are okay, but I would like them to be easier to read. So I would quickly just say, please use numbers and stats in headlines where possible. So here you go. This starts to look pretty good. Sell your home 50% faster with our proven method, get 20%. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward and simple. And you will go through this to get ideas, and you can go over and over and over and get ideas of the pain points and then go from there. Okay, once you've done this, you're going to look at other resources like Trustpilot and Reddit. Trustpilot, excellent for scanning reviews, for more ideas and for looking for testimonials. And Reddit is superb for getting a pulse of how the target audience feels right now. You'll then save all this information into Google Docs or similar and get ready for the next step. Number 2 is Advertorials, and I've got 3 proven strategies for success you can use. The number 1 goal in the advertorial stage is to create 3 versions you can use for split testing. I start with what I call organic flow, where I write everything in my own words and I just let it flow. I don't think too much, and I'll come back and I'll revise this 3 or 4 times. I then do what I call inspired by the greats, where I go to ChatGPT and I give them all the research that I've done, and then I ask them to write an advertorial in the voice of great copywriters like Gary Halbert, Dan Kennedy, David Ogilvy, etc. And then we'll refine that a few times to get our second version for our split test. For step 3, I do what I call reverse engineering, where I research popular advertorials on Taboola, and this can be in any niche, it doesn't matter. I look for ones that I see more often than not, and I can also use a tool like Adplexity, which will tell me which advertorials are performing well and doing well, and then I will ask ChatGPT to reverse engineer this and modify it for my target market and for my audience. Number 3 is lead capture, important for any lead generation efforts you want to do. For lead capture, we use multi-step quizzes, which work the best at increasing the conversion rates. And the program we use is called HeyFlow, and I'll take you through it real briefly so you can get an idea of how simple it is to use. Here is the HeyFlow backend, and I'll show you quickly how this works. So you create multiple questions for your user that they can answer effortlessly and or at least really easily. And you have all your build options over here to build this. It's a what you see is what you get editor, and that integrates with a wide variety of options, email and CRMs, and of course Zapier. So if you don't see your application here, you can connect via a Zapier bridge, and you have all your analytics, desktop, mobile, each stage of your flow, conversion rates. All this is built into one great little genius program called HeyFlow, and this makes lead capture much better with optimized data. Number 4, killer headlines. Here comes the money, baby. This is where you earn your profit. Getting off to a quick start on headlines is critical because your target goal is to identify your ideal customer and boost your click-through rate. So I'm going to give you 3 that you should start off with, as these have been the best across a variety of niches for us. The first is the how to without. For example, how to cure joint pain without expensive doctor visits. The second, people should read. People with joint pain should read this. Good news 4. Good news for people with joint pain. These are extremely simple but very powerful, and I highly recommend you use them. Additionally, research popular advertorials, try ChatGPT, and visit swiped.co for more fantastic headline ideas, because 5 times more people will look at your headline than what will read your body copy. Don't get your headlines wrong. Spend time on getting the perfect headlines. Number 5, ad creative. How to create subtle scroll stoppers. Okay, the goal with ad creative is to create subtle scroll stoppers. What is a scroll stopper? Exactly what it sounds like. Something that gets the viewer to stop and look at the image and then read the headline. Now, it's critical that you don't take a Facebook ads approach. You don't want text, icons, or arrows, and you want to use unique images that you've created in a program like Midjourney or similar, so that your competition does not have the same images as you do. And the most important tip I can probably give you is use eye engagement and subtle editing to exaggerate. Let me explain. Okay, here is a picture that I made in Midjourney. So what we can do here real quick is, let me detach this from the background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this picture, and then I'm going to remove the background off the top picture, leaving the background in place for me to edit as I see fit. So that background is now gone on the top picture. As you can see, it's transparent, and this is really quick and simple. So I make that the background again, and I'll put my lady back here, flow over. Okay, perfect. So now what I'll do as a simple example is we can go in and we can adjust the brightness on the image in the foreground. So just that small little adjustment makes it stand out a bit more. Then on the background, I can make that a little bit darker if I want, or I can go ahead and I can change the colors on it. I can apply filters to it. I can do a variety of things that could potentially make the background. I don't like that, but you get the idea. You can play with various things like that could pop, but it is best to not get too carried away. Like, don't do things like this. Don't go make this so superimposed, or don't try and make it stick out so much, because then people are automatically going to go, that doesn't look natural. So stick with something a little more natural looking and just make subtle changes. So if I wanted to subtly change this background, that would be the best option forward. I could look at one of these background options and I could see, there we go. So that looks quite nice. And that's a very simple way to start making changes to your pictures where they will stick out more, and you don't need to put text, etc. on them. This is not a circus parade. And always remember, after you've made your image, match it to your headline and ask, does this match the image? Will this help? Number 6 is beta testing. It's time to push the ads live and get some data, baby. Okay, this is what the beta testing phase looks like. For step 1, I'll set up 3 advertorials in Unbounce with the Heyflow lead capture. Then we'll set up 3 headlines with 3 images each in a new Taboola Ads campaign. We'll run $100 a day budget for 5 days and then review the data and select winners. And then we'll run a new test on those winners for a further 5 days and identify the hero. Once we have the hero, we will optimize the site partners, which I'll explain in the next step, and then we will start pushing live for scale. Number 7 is the final step before scaling, and beginners must pay attention. Okay, the final checklist before you get ready to scale. Make sure, number 1, conversion tracking is set up, or Taboola Ads will not know how to find your right audience using their machine learning. Number 2, make sure you have privacy and terms set up at the footer of each advertorial, or else you will be declined. And then the most important thing I want you to do is remove poor performing sites from your beta test. This is how. Okay, when you log into your Taboola Ads account, you will notice that there are sections up at the top here, and I'm currently in the live view. But if you click sites, you can go through all the sites that are currently giving you traffic, and you can look for ones where the cost per acquisition is a bit high. And now you'll get this from your conversion tracking that you've already set up, obviously. And then you can turn off the sites that are not giving you good value and turn and leave the ones on that are. And you'll go through this and you'll make your edits, and then you can get ready to scale. Once your platform is set up and once you are happy that the ad partners that are serving you traffic have got good quality traffic and that you are getting good conversions. So this is critical. Always come in here and look at the site partners. Taboola adds site partners all the time. So it's important to come in and check every 2 weeks or so. And lastly, here are some of the resources we use on Taboola Ads. The first is Unbounce, where we load all our landing pages, our advertorials, so that we can A/B test them for best results and identify heroes. Heyflow for our lead capture. ChatGPT for advertorials, pain points, research, etc. Midjourney is our AI program for generating custom images. Canva we use to edit them. ClickFunnels we use when we want to set up sales funnels. Adplexity is a tool that we use to research Taboola Ads competitors, and Swiped.co for lots and lots of great inspiration. If you have made it to this part of the video, you are a 1%er and destined for greatness. Please go ahead and subscribe. I'll be releasing a ton of excellent in-depth content. I couldn't make it any longer in this video, or else it would be longer than the wait for the next Deadpool and Wolverine.
I need you, and even more unfortunately, my entire world needs you. You two gonna fight?
Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.